Outro importante patrocinador do Congresso é a Hancock, Fundos Florestais. Aqui com a gente, Tim Cayen, Diretor Executivo da empresa. Tim, qual a importância da parceria de patrocínio entre a Hancock e a BRAP?
Oh, it's a very important relationship for us. This is the largest pension fund gathering in the world. We meet with pension plans around the world, whether it's in the US, whether it's in Australia. But this is the largest group, and it gives us great exposure to the issues and the challenges and the environment of what's going on in the pension fund industry here in Brazil, which then helps us to better understand what their needs are and potentially how we can help them face the challenges that they meet.
E qual o retorno que a Hancock tem com o patrocínio dos eventos da BRAP?
The main benefits are developing new relationships. It's also to have people understand who we are in the market. We're new to the market. We offer timberland investments, which is a brand new product to the institutional market in Brazil. So it's great exposure for us, and also I believe the pension funds are interested in learning more about new products as well.
Por que a Hancock trouxe o tema inflação, juros altos e diversificação do portfólio para o Congresso?
When we were thinking about or got the invite to participate in the forum, we were very interested in trying to provide a topic that was very relevant to the pension funds today. And one of the main issues, or one of the challenges I think that pension plans have here in Brazil, is inflation, and how to find investments that are retain their value during inflationary periods. And timberland is one of those unique investments that has a relatively low correlation with other investments, but also is very positively correlated with inflation, which means it retains its value during inflationary periods. And so it's a pretty unique investment. And it's one of those that in the US market and the European market is one of the main reasons why you see institutional investors incorporating timber within their overall asset allocation.
Por que é interessante os fundos de pensão investirem em ativos florestais? Quais as vantagens nisso?
What's interesting about timber compared to really any other asset class that institutional investors invest in is the fact that trees grow. And trees will grow despite what market conditions are, as long as we have water, light, and nutrients. And so if markets are down, we don't necessarily have to realize that value. The value of our trees will continue to grow. And so one of the main reasons that institutional investors have invested in timber is, one, there's been a very strong performance, historical performance over 30 years, with performance in excess of 12% annually. But probably one of the main reasons is a relatively low correlation with other asset classes, meaning it does not move together with stocks, with bonds, fixed income, real estate. So it's very independent in terms of performance. And also, as we mentioned earlier, it has a relatively positive correlation with inflation. So these three attributes are very important. And probably the last factor, which is really becoming of significance to the market in general, is the sustainability. In other words, our forests can be replanted. So as we harvest timber, we replant. It's also very beneficial in the sense that it's a carbon sink. So from an environmental perspective, it's a very, very sound investment. And so from the institutional perspective, we typically see investors allocate somewhere between 1% and 5% of their portfolio allocation to timberland. And so that is something here that we're trying to bring to the diversification of the Brazilian institutional market.
Para a Hancock, qual a representatividade dos fundos de pensão junto ao mercado de capitais?
Pension funds for our group is actually very, very important. We have over 300 institutions that we manage timberland assets for, and over 60% of those are pension plans, whether they're located in the US, they're located throughout Europe, we're located throughout Asia, Australasia, Australia, New Zealand. So it's a very, very important market for us. And again, the primary reason is the fact that timberland assets can play a very important role of diversification within their overall allocation, their investment portfolio.
Gostaria agora que você falasse sobre a Hancock.
Hancock Timber is the oldest timberland investment firm, started back in 1985. And today we're the largest timberland investment manager on behalf of institutions globally. We manage a little over $12.5 billion US dollars of timberland investments. And we're the largest player in the US. We're the largest timberland manager in Australia, the largest in New Zealand. We're also in Canada and Chile, as well as Brazil since 2005. So it's a very broad portfolio that we manage, but also one of the most diversified in terms of timberland managers. So we have a lot of scale, and we are one of the major timber suppliers to the Asian market, whether it's India, where we supply over 50% of the logs that are exported or imported, I guess, by India. We're also a major supplier to China, as well as Europe and other markets. And so one of the things that's very interesting for us here in Brazil, we've been here since 2005, but we see great opportunity in this market, partly because of the productivity of the timberland resource here, but also we're seeing much more capital come into the Brazilian market in terms of processing. And so it's very exciting time for us in the timber industry and the timber investment side to be part of that and take advantage of the opportunity here. And so that's really why we're interested in providing the same exposure to the pension plans, is to get access to this market, because we think it's a great opportunity for the pension plans here in Brazil to participate.
Ok, thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
TV Abrap no 35º Congresso Brasileiro dos Fundos de Pensão.